Welcome to Houston Sports Show, brought to you by Smile, Texas, because experience matters. Here are your hosts, Rachel Von Oranje and Barry Laminack.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Houston Sports Show. My name is Barry Laminack. That, as always, Rachel Von Oranje joining me on the program. Hey, I'm super excited, Rach. Good news! MLB is back. The lockout is over. You excited as I am? I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm excited because, I like to gamble, and this is just another thing I get to bet on. Yeah, imagine that. I'm excited for that. I'm also really excited. I'm going to be much more invested in baseball as this new agreement plays out, because guess what? We're going to speed up baseball. More offense, fantastic universal hitter, DH.
Yeah, universal DH. I'm down for that.
We're getting rid of the shift, which I hate. I've been a huge proponent of for long. Baseball's too slow. It's too much people standing around spitting out sunflower seeds.
Yeah, you say baseball's slow.
Yep.
This has always been my argument because I love the game of baseball. It's my favorite sport.
Me.
I will. So, well, not like real, but like I don't want to lose. But so you say baseball is slow. Average baseball game is 3.5 hours, right? What's the average football game take to watch?
About 3.5 hours.
Okay.
Miss me with that, Barry.
Your Honor, the defense rests. I won this one.
No, sir, I don't think so. How much of football is dudes standing around like this and spitting out sunflower seeds?
Oh, you mean in a circle called the huddle? Like pretty much every play they stand around and wait for the next play.
They got to get the ball off in time. There's a count on this. I'm ready for a pitch count in baseball. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
I'm excited to have the game back. I really am. I think it's going to be good to have a sport to get us to the NFL again. And I love baseball, though, so I'm looking forward to it. Only thing I'm not so sure about is advertising patches, but you know what? They do it in every other sport, so why not baseball?
Yeah,
why not?
Money wins.
Every time. And you know what? You win watching Real or Fake. Right now, let's get to it.
It's time for Real or Fake.
They're real and they're spectacular.
It's brought to you by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Real or fake? Let's go. The Denver Broncos traded for Russell Wilson and saw their odds to win the Super Bowl jump from plus 2,500 to plus 1,200. Only 4 teams have better odds. So real or fake, Barry? After the Texans trade Deshaun Watson, the Astros' odds to win the Super Bowl will be better than the Texans.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing the math here. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna say real. It's so funny when every team gets odds for the Super Bowl, when there's really only about a handful of teams that should be given odds for the Super Bowl. I would say that the Texans have less than 0.01% chance of winning a Super Bowl next year, which is only slightly better than the Astros. So there's just no reason to give odds to some of these teams. I don't know why they do it.
But Barry,
what
about Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow? Would you have put odds on them before this season started?
Because they had a good quarterback that you could count on, and they made a couple of moves. Yes, you did.
No.
Absolutely, we knew Cool Joe was going to be that good. Come on now.
Okay.
I know you just didn't compare the Cincinnati Bengals to the Houston Texans. You should be reprimanded.
Mills Mafia, I believe in you, Davis.
Stop it.
You never know. You never know. All right, let's keep it rolling. As part of the new collective bargaining agreement in baseball, teams can now feature advertising patches on their uniforms. So, real or fake, Barry? Astros announced helmet decal deal with Hefty and jersey patch agreement with Waste Management.
Oh, I see what you did there, Lauren. I like it. Yes, I'm down for that. I think that the Dodgers could do a deal with Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo, because they sure are crying a lot about that 2017 World Series. No more tears, right? And the Yankees, I don't know what we would do for them, like duct tape just to put it over their fans' mouths. Shut up, Yankee fans.
All right, the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley, a close, warm, personal friend of and running buddy of our game day OJ, who has been suspended the entire 2022 season for betting on games. He said he bet only $1,500. He lost $11.1 million in salary for next season. And this wasn't a bad beat, it was just plain bad. So, real or fake, Rachel? Ridley made the worst bet in sports gambling history.
You know what? It is so like you, Jerome, and probably Barry, to go and have to ruin my day with some more bad Falcons news. We can't have anything nice at my favorite team. With that being said, is it the worst bet ever made? No, because he will be just fine after he plays out the suspension. The worst bet ever made. I mean, you got to talk about baseball, right?
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. Dude can't get in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best players ever. So I would say that's the worst bet ever.
How do you lose a whole year of salary over $1,500?
All right, guys. Well, with baseball back, the countdown to how long Carlos Correa remains in Houston is on. With the grand jury coming on Friday, we are closer to a Deshaun Watson trade as well. So, real or fake, Rachel, Correa and Watson are both former Houston Astros stars by April Fool's Day.
Ooh, by April Fool's Day, that's a good one. I'm going to go, I'd love to say something funny or take away the pain
That's
that
my
the city
job.
is
Don't be
feeling.
taking my job.
Okay, I'm not coming for your job. This is real. This is real. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be here. In fact, yesterday I saw the first big move in MLB happen. Come across my phone, the notification's like MLB breaking Carlos, and my heart jumped a little bit. And then I saw that it was Carlos Rodon, and I was like, it's okay. But yeah, no, it's coming. They're leaving. Bye. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Stay right there because Barry Laminack is coming back with Barry on Sports, make you laugh your tail off. And then Lauren and Devin are also going to make you laugh it off with Viralicious. We'll be back.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 XT4 Luxury Collection for only $529 a month. New 2022 XT5 Luxury Collection just $569 a month. Or new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $609 a month. All for just 39 months lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Plus, we have new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Now it's time for Barry on Sports with Barry Laminack.
I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports this week. Let's start in the NFL, where there was a huge trade this week. The Seattle Seahawks traded quarterback Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos in exchange for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, quarterback Drew Lock, defensive lineman Shelby Harris, tight end Noah Fant, and a partridge in a pear tree. So basically, the trade involved Wilson going to Denver and the Broncos going to Seattle. The Green Bay Packers reportedly signed Aaron Rodgers to a reported 4-year, $200 million deal. Oh, so he can commit, said Shailene Woodley. The Packers said the money was worth it to allow Rodgers to win a couple more MVPs. Antonio Brown recently said that he and Kanye West are interested in buying the Denver Broncos, which comes at a price tag of $4 billion, proving you don't have to be a mile above sea level to be considered high. Despite his 29-21 starting record, quarterback Mitch Trubisky reportedly has 5 teams interested in him, I'm assuming for a desk job. The teams say they like Trubisky's ability to not be threatening to their current starting quarterback. So, Browns fullback Andy Junovich said this week that Baker Mayfield is so tough you could cut off his manhood, and he wouldn't even say anything. And for some QBs, that could help them avoid future lawsuits. In other sports news, MLB players and owners finally came to an agreement and have officially ended the lockout. Finally, baseball fans can get back to doing what they do best, not showing up to games. As part of the new deal, player uniforms will now reportedly feature advertising packages. Oh, finally, an ad more sedentary than a billboard. They don't move. After LeBron James passed up a potential game-winning layup against the Rockets earlier this week, Skip Bayless called him a chicken. And Bayless made sure to call the 6'9", 250-pounder a chicken straight to his Twitter account. 341-pound defensive tackle Jordan Davis ran a 4.78 40 at the NFL Combine, and usually when someone this big runs that fast, it involves cake. NFL bust and party animal Johnny Manziel is set to return to the fan-controlled football league next year, and his team is owned by a comedian, yet Manziel is still the biggest punchline. Syracuse basketball coach Jim Boeheim's wife Julie was robbed at gunpoint last week, and it turns out the robber was a 12-year-old boy. The boy was charged, booked, and had his mouth washed out with soap for cursing at her. And finally, a 25-year-old woman is suing Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, claiming he is her biological father and that he paid her mother to sign a contract agreeing to keep quiet about it. Wait, I thought Jerry hates long-term contracts. Look, if there's one thing the Cowboys are good at, it's keeping quiet for 25 years. Coincidentally, 25 years ago was the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, so it looks like the players weren't the only ones to score big that year. If Jerry only has kids after Super Bowl wins, I think it's safe to assume he's never going to have kids again. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports this week.
If it's hot and happening, it's viralicious.
Welcome into Viralicious, everybody. One of my favorite parts of the show, and I think Devin's too. All right, let's get to this first video because it's gone viral. Glenn Davis got kicked out of his seats. Not the Glenn Davis that's going to be here later, but Big Baby at a Celtics game, and he's not sitting courtside. Man, that must suck.
I mean, yeah, it definitely sucks, but like, we know damn well that he had some seats up in the nosebleeds, maybe middle side. He's not legendary. This guy's not Larry Bird. This guy's not Paul Pierce. He's not Kevin Garnett. This guy's like you're a 10th man approaching Kendrick Perkins level.
But you know when you're like, okay, you have the confidence, you know what you're doing, you're like, oh, I'm so solid. And then you freaking get kicked out when you play there?
That's definitely embarrassing. This is like me going back to my high school and being like, just walking on the field, like, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? You didn't see me here, yeah.
Coach, get off. Like, coach yells at you, like, get off the field.
It makes you run punishment runs.
Now, let's talk about someone else who, keeping it with the NBA, got onto the court, but rightfully so. So, huge Steph Curry's fan, and she's crying because she didn't get to see Steph Curry at one of the games she attended. Well, guess what? She got courtside seats. Steph Curry comes up to her and makes her put a smile on her face, signs her card. How precious is this?
This just warms my heart up, and the Warriors have really been on a roll lately. They had Will Ferrell come out and do pregame warm-ups, defend Klay Thompson during warm-ups. You see this great act from Steph, just a class act in general.
You're pumping up the Warriors. Look at you.
They're good people, good people. I love Steve Kerr, too. Steve Kerr has a great personality.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
All right, let's move
Happy
on.
for her. Anyways, go ahead.
Let's move on to this next one, and I think Jerome may get mad at us because check out his Longhorns here getting beat by Texas State on a backwards K strikeout because the guy didn't even swing. He throws the horns down. How do we feel about horns down, Lauren?
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I still live in Texas, even though Texas State is in Texas, but they were ranked #1 going into the season, and then Texas was #1, and I believe this is the second game they've lost this far. They lost their first game at Minute Maid Park. They were undefeated up until about a week or so ago or so, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like, dude, okay, every school has their own sign, and I don't understand Oklahoma's this, what is this? But you can do that to any sign. Aggie, boo. Longhorn down, or Cougars, I don't know. Does Rice even have one?
Yeah, it's like a hoot hoot.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right,
Owls.
that's right. So I guess, how would you do that? Like turn it down like that?
I mean, I guess, but we're bad enough as is, so like.
From an owl himself.
Sorry, no harm, no foul. Anyways, let's
No harm, no owl.
No harm. I like that. That was clever. No harm, no owl, folks. Okay.
Hey, there is plenty more Houston Sports Show to go. Do not go anywhere because you don't want to miss Rachel giving you the juice, all the latest goings on with all the quarterback movement in the NFL. Plus, we have a wonderful spotlight interview with Glenn Davis brought to you by Lauren Leal. You do not want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. We're right back right after this.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Big Star Cadillac.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 CT4 Luxury Collection for only $469 a month, or a new 2022 CT5 Luxury Collection for just $529 a month, both for 39-month lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Looking for the new Escalade? Look no further. At Big Star Cadillac, we have the new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Now it's time for The Juice with Game Day OJ, aka Put Your Money Where Rachel's Mouth Is.
Hey, welcome back to The Juice. It's the best sports betting segment you're ever going to see here on this show. We had lots and lots of fun this past week with all the quarterback movement around the NFL, right? Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, they're all off the board. They found their forever homes. And Deshaun Watson might be the next big name to go somewhere. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts to this. It's a very complicated situation, but that does not stop me from betting on it. And it certainly hasn't stopped Vegas from handicapping all of Deshaun's potential landing spots. So let's go down the list, shall we? Go down the rabbit hole? This is The Juice. So here's the teams that are supposedly in the running for Deshaun Watson. Now let's go ahead and start with Seattle. And even though the Seahawks, they probably have the coolest uniforms in the league, don't at me, I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to waive his no trade clause to go there because Seattle's in full-blown tank mode. They're bad on both sides of the trenches. It's a perfect recipe for a 4-win season and a quarterback injury. And let's be honest here, Deshaun Watson could have done that here in Houston. He did do that here in Houston. Hey, I think he wants to go to a situation where he can win now. All right, now speaking of being committed to mediocre quarterbacks, Miami, yeah, you're off the table too. Adios, Miami. Next, I'm eliminating the Buccaneers because I think Watson will be off the table by the time they come to the painful realization that Tom Brady really isn't coming back. You're in denial, Tampa. Now, I think Deshaun may have considered the Saints if Sean Payton were still there. But with Rick Dennison as their head coach, hell no. Who'd have said they're going to get Deshaun Watson? Not them Saints. I really hate you, Saints. Now, the Colts, they have a ton of cap space. And I think Watson would love nothing more than to play there. It's a ready-made team, and he could beat up on the Texans twice a year. But even the Texans aren't stupid enough to trade him within the division, right? Right? No, seriously, right? They're not that dumb? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So, giddy up, Colts. Now, the Eagles are out because Watson, he didn't want to deal with that toxic bipolar fan base. He don't want that smoke. Bye, Eagles, bye. See what I did there? All right, so that leaves the Panthers and the Steelers. And I think if it comes down between these two teams, Deshaun would waive his no-trade clause for Pittsburgh. Look, the Steelers, they're a stoic, well-ran, well-respected franchise with a fan base, a coach, and an owner who have absolutely no problem with a quarterback who has the same type of baggage that Deshaun Watson comes with, okay, i.e. Ben Roethlisberger. Look, it's a team that's ready to compete and also win. Now, don't forget, Brian Flores is there, and allegedly he loves him some Deshaun Watson. Mike Tomlin and the Rooneys are the ideal people to help Deshaun rehabilitate his image and his brand. And wouldn't there be something kind of poetic or creepy about terrible towels in Deshaun Watson? See what I did there? It seems fitting to me. So there you have it. Deshaun Watson to the Steelers at plus 1,000. Go get your money. That is The Juice.
Now we welcome into Houston's sports show Glenn Davis, the voice of the Houston Dynamo, plus multiple radio shows and Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5. Glenn, thanks so much for coming in today.
Well, I'm very excited. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about something that's very deep to my heart, and I want to just present you with this before we even get started. That beautiful pink soccer ball symbolizing pediatric cancer and cancer awareness.
So sweet. It matches my nails. Yeah, but let's get into it because it's an awesome cause that you're doing on March 20th, and it's Kick Cancer towards all the proceeds benefit Snowdrop Foundation. So go in depth a little bit.
Yeah, let's just talk about it a little bit. I mean, look, For many years, I have a sister and a brother-in-law that are in cancer research and an oncologist. Since 2005, we've been doing all kinds of soccer-related events. Soccer is the vehicle of promotion. We have 2 sites, 2 wonderful soccer clubs are going to be running these clinics for 2-3 hours. Cy-Fair Dynamos, Olivier Finadori, former Houston hotshot, Alex Parra, and SG1. It's $55. You get a t-shirt. All the proceeds benefit the beautiful Snowdrop Foundation, which gives back to pediatric cancer patients, scholarships. So it's all about creating awareness, and it's all about the Houston soccer community coming together, and we're totally indebted to that. Every 90 seconds, I think it is, a child around the world is diagnosed with cancer. So think about that for a second.
And why does this touch your heart so much to get involved, to start this camp, and to, like you said, ramp it back up?
Yeah, I think you know, it's easy for us to be focused on our daily lives. I made this, you know, I wanted to be doing some things for my community. I mean, I obviously love the game of soccer, but I see soccer as a great vehicle of promotion for this. When I visited kids at different locations, Texas Children's Hospital, you know, as you and I were talking before, all over the world, South America, Central America, Mexico.
Everyone's coming to Houston
for
to get their work
treatment,
done.
and pediatric cancer, it does not discriminate. So, you know, it's not a lot of skin off my back. It's easy to do this. It's great rallying and being around people and people that are as passionate as you. And look, I mean, we thank you for having us on here so that we can talk about this and continue to spread the word.
If you think Houston's sports show is fun on TV, wait until you hear it on the radio. Join us every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ESPN 97.5.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse, is a one-of-a-kind experience offering contemporary dining with traditional robatayaki cooking techniques. Roka Accor serves only the highest quality of prime-cut steaks and Japanese wagyu, seafood and vegetables with Japanese-inspired marinades and sauces, all prepared on a robata grill over mesquite charcoal. Welcome to Roka Accor, Houston's Japanese steakhouse.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 XT4 Luxury Collection for only $529 a month. New 2022 XT5 Luxury Collection just $569 a month. Or new 2022 XT6 Luxury Collection for only $609 a month. All for just 39 months lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Plus, we have new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.
Well, folks, that does it. Another edition of Houston Sports Show in the books. Thank you so much for joining us, Rach. I had a good time as always. Great job today, except for, you know, your takes on baseball.
Whatever. I don't need you to mansplain baseball to me, okay? It's slow. It needs to get sped up. They agreed.
I'm not mansplaining. I'm just defending my position that it's the greatest sport in the world. Now,
get off my lawn.
All right. That's probably accurate. Real quick, though, before we go, you know, James Harden recently in Philadelphia laid an egg against the Brooklyn Nets again. And now, you know, you look back and hindsight being 2020 and all, Jalen Green starting to round into form that everybody thought that he would be able to achieve. So let me ask you this. Hypothetically, over the next 10 years, would you rather have Jalen Green as the star of the Houston Rockets, or do you want to go back to James Harden as your superstar?
Not to overanalyze this or anything, but that is what I do. I'm a woman, right? Are you talking the James Harden right now, 10 years into the future, or like James Harden in his prime 10 years?
See, why you gotta make it so difficult?
It matters.
Well, I mean, not the next 10 years. How old is Harden now? He's almost in his 30s, right?
He's got to be in his 30s. I think he's about my age.
I'm saying, okay, the prime 10 years of James Harden versus the prime 10 years of Jalen Green, although we don't know what that's going to be.
Exactly.
So way to complicate it, right?
Exactly.
Just
Point
pick
made.
a player.
So, well, the court has, I have their attention. You just made the argument for me. I'm taking James Harden in his prime because I will take what is known versus the unknown, okay? I'm not sold on Jalen Green anyways. He did that stuff against bad teams. The Lakers are not good.
Shooting motion, I'm not so sure if you fix that. There's still a lot of questions for me. You know you're getting one of the best scorers in the league in James Harden no matter what. Not one of the better defenders, but that's all right. Bird in the hand is worth substitute Jalen Green's on the court, I guess. I don't know.
Is that how it goes?
I have no idea. Hey, guys, we appreciate you joining us. Look for us every single Saturday right here at 10 p.m. on CW39. We'll see you next week.
Houston Sports Show is brought to you in part by Smile Texas, because experience matters.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
At Big Star Cadillac, enjoy just $1 down on new 2022 CT4 Luxury Collection for only $469 a month. Or a new 2022 CT5 Luxury Collection for just $529 a month. Both for 39-month lease with just $1 down and no market adjustment. Looking for the new Escalade? Look no further. At Big Star Cadillac, we have the new 2022 Escalades arriving daily. Gulf Freeway just 2 minutes south of the Beltway.
Shop smarter when you shop at Big Star. Shop BigStarCadillac.com.